All right, this just showed up in the Lock Lab unsolicited. I did not order it, and I've got a feeling that this is a brand new product from Lockpick World because that's the return address. And this probably went out to a lot of different lockpickers to do reviews on. So, that's all in full disclosure. I will be giving this away, though. I will not be keeping it. So let's take a look. I was curious, so I went on the website to get some details about it, and what the explanation says that they had a lot of requests from people who were tired of doing those, like those clear plastic locks or regular training locks with slop. They wanted some precision, high tolerance locks. They gave the real world picking experience. So yeah, so that sounds decent. These sells for $69 and I think it's 90 cents. Call it $70. I was a little skeptical, so cracked it open and take a look, and I've got to tell you, $70 for these is probably not a bad deal. Here's why. I believe these are probably major brand locks that have been sold unbranded to maybe Lockpick World contracted with them. I don't know. This is a solid brass lock, very nicely done. No glitches or anything on it. It's just like you would expect from a brand new lock you bought for your door, except it doesn't have anything stamped on the front. I don't know why they didn't stamp Dangerfield, specialist tools, but I don't know. If this was designed as a training lock, it certainly wouldn't have those carbide inserts in there. I mean, why bother? Why go to the expense? But these have it, so that's what makes me think they might very well be like from maybe Union or maybe from Yale. I don't know. Again, with the carbide inserts, it's the same keyway. All these have exactly the same keyway, nice, tight. I don't see any other markings on there at all. On this guy, again, if this was a training lock, they wouldn't bother to go to the extra machine work to put an anti-snap cut in there and put the insert in there. They wouldn't bother to put, a kite mark with a star on it. I mean, yeah, why would they do all that? So I think these really are from a major manufacturer, and they're all pinned up as high security. And the reason I know that is because there's this little card that comes with it that tells you basically how they're pinned up. So we have one, and they categorize this difficulty level low, all standards. And then this guy who's got, looks like a spool and a serrated inside of there, they call that the medium. And then, of course, this guy, and I expect because he's silver, and he's got the kite marks, probably him, he's got two spools, two serrated, and two standards to make it kind of an extra challenge. And there's the cut. So, yeah, that pretty well confirms it. So, yeah, for that quality of lock with that level of tolerance, pinned up that way for training, is probably a pretty good investment. But just to be sure, I know I'm going to catch a ration of stuff if I don't pick at least one. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going to take him. Let's grab this guy. I'm going to take my little molded piece here from 3D Lock Sport. Let's clamp him in the vise and find out what we got going inside there. Stick a pick in and see what kind of damage we can do. All right, I'm going to start with my excuses early. It's really cold today. I got some serious shrinkage going on. And as a result, it looks like this 3D Lock Sport thing has shrunk a little bit. It doesn't quite fit. It's just a hair too small to fit on that oval. Doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have an actuator, but I like to use these guys, but not today. All right, for those of you who are thinking about these have a very paracentric keyway, very tight. So if you only have 25 thousandths locks, you probably want to grab some 15 thousandths picks. And so this is a beginner, so we got standard pins. I'm going to start off with a rake, and I'm going to use the 0.8. This is the SP12 from Multi-Pick, and that's what I always use for Yales. I am surprised to see that amount of flop in what is supposed to be a high tolerance lock. I just, especially one with all standard pins, you really don't expect to see it flopping around quite that much. But you got what you got, so let's try to pick it. Okay, I'm just going to try to rake it open real quick in 12 seconds. Go. All right, so just get in there. Getting kind of hung up. Like I said, it is a tight keyway even for this worm rake. So I'm just basically jiggling up and down, hoping for the best. And I'm not feeling anything. Got nothing. Come on, open. It's probably pinned as a training lock, even though it's probably a true commercial lock. So probably a lot of high-lows. Probably not going to have a lot of lock. All right, like I said, very tight. Make sure you got some 15,000 picks. This is the V31 from Multi-Pick. Real fine little tip on it. There we go. There's pin 5. Get up there behind that tensioner, nothing. Come on, binder, where are you? There we are. 2. Tiny click. Did I break the tip of that off? I mean, none of these are binding. What's going on here? Probably overset with the rake, so let's uncock it, and we'll just start fresh without the benefit of the rake. Okay, here we go. Now I'm looking for a binder. There it is, pin 3. He doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to move. I have barely any tension on this thing, so there's something going on here. What happened to that 12 seconds? Okay, that was 4. No, I wouldn't expect that. I just got a fault set. So again, probably because we had all that slop, probably again, tolerance problem, perhaps. Oh, I just touched 2. I mean, barely touched them and the fault set went deeper. I'm starting to think maybe these are not standard pins. Let me lighten up on my tension. With that assumption, I have some counter rotation here, right there. Let me check pin 1. So right on pin 2, I got some counter rotation. Very slight. Maybe not so slight. Starting to be pretty radical at this point. Come on. There we go. Deeper fault set. Very deep fault set at this point. And I still have faults gate, and I thought I felt some counter rotation there. It might have just been me on the tension wrench. I don't know. No, that feels definitely like counter rotation on pin 1. So I can get the right angle. Maybe it's a really high cut. About to break the pick. Come on. Again, he popped. But no open. Nope, he didn't. He's not set. Look at that. More counter rotation. Come on. Don't hide behind that tension wrench. And there we go. All right. I made a mistake. I assumed that, from left to right was easy to hard, particularly since that was silver, kind of threw me. I'll bet you that we have something other than standard pins in here. All right, it's not a claim to fame, but I'm going to go ahead and probably speed up the camera, gut this thing. I'm already at 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and see what we got going. Move all this stuff out of the way. Get a pinning tray. All right, that's what happens when you go in there with a big head thinking you know what you're dealing with when in fact you don't. Don't assume, and that's exactly what I did. This apparently was pinned up as the intermediate one. So we had a spool and a serrated. So there's your spool, there's your serrated, and all the rest were standards. I went in there fully expecting all standards and attacked it based on that bad information, and you saw how bad you can screw that up, right? Key, I do have a key. I guess that's it right there in that slot. Come out of there. You can tell from the pins we got some pretty good bitting. And the key, there's a really high cut one right there. And that was that spool. You really had to shove that pick way up behind your tensioner. So very, very tricky. I don't know if they planned it that way, but that's certainly the way it worked out with me. All right, guys, I got the intermediate one. So apparently, and again, I'm speculating, this would probably be the beginner one, and the one with the kite marks probably the advanced. I am not going to attack that one right now. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. This, I know it's out of sequence, but this will be the giveaway. I've already given away Wednesday's pick set. So this will be for next Wednesday. Register for the pick set, and I'll also throw this in with the pick set. So appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. Dangerfield, thanks for sending me this cool set of trainer locks. Now I've just got to work on this guy. Thanks, guys.